Hi, my name's Melanie Hamer and I'm one of the founding directors of Wendy Hopkins Family Law Practice, and today I thought I'd explain to you a little bit about pensions on divorce. Pensions are very topical and they're becoming increasingly important, especially when people are now living longer. So there's lots of ways the courts can deal with pensions, and I'll just chat through with you the various options now. The most important thing at the beginning is to get something called a cash equivalent of all the pensions in the case. That's what we as lawyers and the courts on divorce look at, the cash equivalent. Now, cash equivalents can take many months to come if, for example, you're in a public sector scheme. So the sooner you request the cash equivalent, the better. When we have all the cash equivalents, then we stand back and look at the most fair outcome for all the parties, and depending on the value of the pensions, you may need a pensions on divorce expert with a special qualification such as an actuary to work out the best outcome for the parties. So what are the options? The most common one is a pension sharing order, which is where a section of one person's pension is transferred into the other person's pension to give them normally equality of income in retirement. This came about because the previous legislation provided for pension attachment orders, and there were lots of flaws with pension attachment orders. But with pension attachment orders, the person's pension stays intact, but the pension provider actually, on retirement of the person with the pension, pays to the other person a share of the income and a share of the capital fund, but the pension isn't split in the same way as it is with pension sharing orders. There are ways of getting around the problems with pension attachment orders, but normally the courts prefer the pension sharing or pension splitting order, as it's commonly known. The final way of dealing with pensions is something called offsetting, which is basically where somebody may say, I don't want a share of your pension, I'd rather have more of the net proceeds of sale of the home, for example. And what you do then is you do offsetting, which means you offset the value of the pension against the value of the home, and you look at the cash equivalent, and normally you discount that by anything between 15% and 1/3, because a pension isn't the same as ready cash now. It may all sound terribly complicated, and it can be, but if you go to a specialist family lawyer, they'll be able to break it down in tiny bite-sized chunks so you can understand it. And I can't really do more justice to it in this short video today, but hopefully that will give you a feel for how we as family lawyers and how the courts approach the very important question of pensions on divorce. Thank you.